Shalom. First and foremost, I'd like to give all praises, glory, and honor to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Rakakadash, double honors until the apostles and elders, the great millstone who teach and rule well. Salutations to the hopeful elect that you guys may be saved, and hopefully the grace of Yahweh, Bahashem, Mount Shai, you may be sealed. Swagger. This is your brother Marco Warrior from the branch of Great Millstone here in Chicago, coming at you with another lesson, man. And it's a little. I'm walking right now, so if you hear like just talking in the background, cars in the background, just trying to find a spot to sit down, but it's crowded here downtown. But the topic here is, man, be blessed. The Lord chose you, man, and made me think of this. It's a couple bros that said it, but one brother in particular, he's I ain't gonna say notorious for saying this, but if you know this brother, you know the brother. He told me this, and it stuck with me, man. And the way he said it was funny. Out of all the niggas on the earth, the Lord chose your black ass. The Lord chose your ass, and you gotta, feel you. That comes, you gotta feel special with that, man. Out of 8 billion people on the earth, not only was you chosen by the Lord, made you one of His chosen, children, one of His chosen, being the children of Israel, but also He chose you out of them. He chose one, out of the 1/3 of Israel. He chose you to be His, His elect. Not only His elect, but His elect men. You gotta hold yourself to a higher standard and be happy the Lord chose you. You got a couple precepts. Lord willing, this is edifying, man. We just gonna get to it. This is Ephesians chapter 1 and verse 4, and it reads, I'm gonna start at 3. Blessed be the Most High and Father of our Lord Yahweh Shai Mashiach, who have blessed us with all spiritual blessings in heavenly places in Hamashiach. We gotta be blessed. Blessed be the Lord, man, because He blessed us with the spiritual blessing. Not only Him putting the Spirit on us, but also giving us giving us mercy. Verse 4, according as He have chosen us in Him before the foundation of the world, that we should be holy and without blame before Him in love. And it says He chosen us before the foundation of the world, man. So before this earth was created, before the book of Genesis, before all this, the Lord chose us, man. The Lord already had us, thought out of who His chosen, people were gonna be, His chosen of the elect were gonna be. Verse 5, having predestinated us into the adoption of children by Yahweh Shai Mashiach to Himself, according to the good pleasure of His will. So it's through His will, man, that the Lord chose us. I'm about to move over a little bit. It's a little loud over here. I'm trying to find me a spot. Everything is crowded and everybody decided to be outside today. But yeah, man, going back to that verse 5, it's having predestinated, man. So it was already predetermined, who everybody was gonna be. I'm pretty sure I got that precept, let the wicked be wicked still, let the righteous be righteous still, let the filthy be filthy still. I think that's, I think that's how it's worded, So if whatever your lot is, that's what you're gonna be. Whatever your lot was before then, that's what your lot gonna be now, man. If you was a wicked nigga back then, you a wicked nigga now. If you was of the righteous back then, you of the righteous now, man. Like they say, there's nothing new under the sun. So everything has already been, not only has been predetermined, but everything really already happened already. It's just everybody playing their role and letting stuff play out. And just gotta, everything didn't already happen. Since everything already happened, so we just playing it out. We just playing our role. Because at the end of the day, this the Lord movie. And the Lord gonna decide, what happens, man. The Lord gonna decide who's gonna be saved and who's gonna be of His righteous, But the thing is, you gotta be blessed that the Lord even woke you up to this thing, man. The Lord, the Lord chose you. He didn't choose you. He chose you. You didn't choose Him. It ain't about being I chose to be in this. No, the Lord chose you. This is Psalm 65:4. Blessed is the man who thou choosest and causest to approach unto thee, that he may dwell in thy courts. We shall be satisfied with the goodness of thy house, even of the holy temple. So, hey, blessed be that man who the Lord has chosen, man. and who causes him to approach thee. So the Lord, the Lord allowed you not only into his, to helping rebuilding the house of David, but he's allowing you, to preach his word. He made, basically, he was like shoot, hey man, but it's like going for a job, and he's thinking you already didn't, was predetermined for the checkup to be applied, to be on this job. You ain't, I ain't gonna say you had to apply for real, but the Lord saw your resume, was like, hey, I want him to be, in the office, man. So the Lord chose you. So man, hey, you can't take that shit lightly, man. You gotta take that shit, you gotta take it not only happily, but also you gotta be blessed that the Lord even allowed you to be in this predicament, man. Not only are we have the most wisdom and knowledge and understanding on this earth. We know what's gonna happen. The Lord gave us the breakdown of how this shit gonna unfold. He also is gonna protect us in that day, man. So it's like, you gotta, like I said, this just goes back to the title of this video. You gotta be blessed. Be blessed that the Lord chose you, man, because the Lord could have chose any nigga. It even says he could have had the rocks preach. He could have had the rocks speak for him, but he chose you, man. This is Romans 11:7. What then? Israel have not obtained that which he seeketh, but the election have obtained it, and the rest were blinded. So, hold on. Ambulance walking past me. Ambulance driving past. So yeah, the rest were blinded, man. So during the election, man, we was the ones to be elected. And we the ones that gonna attain it. But the rest were blinded. Everybody had, the Bible is the most sold book on the planet. But, not everybody understands it. He speaks to us in parables. He speaks to us, I ain't gonna say in code, but you can say that, but he's speaking to us in code. And, a lot of people think they understand the book, but the whole time they don't. You gotta know what you in and what you signed up for, man. Bros be just in that, mothers be getting lazy. Bros be just in the, going in emotions. They just doing things, not knowing what they signed up for, man. You gotta know what you signed up for, man. Because this is a heavy task, but it's not grievous. Mothers think they can't have fun to do certain things no more. But it's like, nah, you can still do you. It's just, you just got to do the work of the Lord. Hold on, I'm going to go back to, I'll go to that Matthew. This Matthew 13:10. And it reads, and the disciples came and said unto him, why spakest thou unto them in parables? So, that was just back to what I said. The Lord is speaking to us in parables. He's speaking to us in signs. Not signs, but in parables only for us to understand. The rest of the world don't understand. They don't have that knowledge. The Lord didn't give them the knowledge for that, man. But he gave it to us. Verse 11. And he answered and said unto them, because it is given unto you to know the mysteries of the kingdom of heaven, but to them it is not given. For whosoever to him shall be given, he shall have more abundantly, but whoever so have not, from him shall be taken away even that he have. So hey man, for the people who the Lord have given this knowledge and wisdom and understanding to, we gonna get more, man. It says lose your life to live, that's in Matthew. I know it's in Matthew somewhere else in Matthew. But hey, it says since we losing our life now, we gonna get more, man. Get not only more abundantly, we gonna be able to live actual life, man. Actually live happy. Actually have a world where you can live in, where you ain't gotta worry about, all types of bullshit. You ain't gotta worry about ailments. You ain't gotta worry about dying. You ain't gotta worry about none of that, man. And the thing is, the Lord, Lord is gonna get that abundantly to his chosen, the ones he gave the mystery of the heavens to, the kingdom of heaven to. And that's not everybody, man. It's only gonna be given to his elect, his elect men, and to his chosen. And this goes back to it, man. Cause like sometimes, yeah, you be forgetting what you be in, or sometimes you start being lax But man, when you think about it, man, you know, you the most important person on the planet, if we being honest. Because the creator of the earth, who known you from the beginning, chose you out of everybody to know his works, to know his mysteries of the world, to know the blueprint and how to download of everything, man, of everything that's to be known. He's giving you the download, and not anybody else, man. People be wondering why shit happens and don't know and have no answer to, but we got an answer to that. You know, when Mugs be getting gunned down in the street, when Esau be doing their thing, the heathens be doing their thing and judging Jake, or you know, putting death on the Jake. All these things, you know, people don't have that answer, but we do, man. You know, we do it. You know, we know through the lessons and through the scriptures what's going on. All these things, a lot of people don't have that, but we do, man. And it's all because the Lord chose us and woke our eyes up for us to know these things, man. And shoot, hey, sometimes, you know, you gotta take the sweet for the bitter. Sometimes it sucks knowing all this stuff, man, because it's sad. It's like a sad reality. Everybody else around you and shit blinded. Everybody else around you just in they folly, you know, from your friends and your family. But you gotta still keep going and keep moving, man, because all this is temporary. We know they're gonna be brought back on the other side and be in their right mind and right spirit. But right now, hey, our people are blinded, man. You know, our people not gonna listen to this word. You know, majority of them don't care. Majority of them don't care, you know, what's going on. Majority of them don't care what's going on around, you know, around the things going on around them. You know, this is John 15:16. Ye have chosen me, ye have not chosen me, but I have chosen you and ordained you that ye should go forth and bring fruit. Well, that ye should go and bring forth fruit, that your fruit should remain, that whatsoever ye shall ask of the Father in my name, he may give you. These things I command you, that ye love one another, man. And you know, that just goes back to what I quoted. We didn't choose the Lord. We didn't choose this. The Lord chose us, man. And what's he want us to bring forth fruit. And how we bring forth fruit, you gotta, you know, hey, that Isaiah 58:1. Cry aloud, spare not, show Israel their transgression. So we gotta show our people their transgressions and to come back to the Heavenly Father and bring forth that fruit. You know, once, you know, ever since this truth came out, man, people have been waking up and things have been happening all around the world. It's groups of men out here on the highways and byways and preaching the same doctrine, man. The same sound doctrine, man. Who ain't never, I ain't gonna say never met. Some of them we did meet. Some of them we haven't. But we all preaching the same thing and under the same, it's like we all have the same download. That's nothing but the Lord. You can't tell me it ain't nobody but the Lord that's done that. Only the Lord can do that, man. Yeah, and that goes back to him waking you up. The Lord chose you, man. You know, if you listening to this, the Lord has chosen you to be his part of his army. And you know, you should be happy and also be cheerful, you know, that the Lord even giving you this opportunity, man. You know, Jake be thinking they above shit. Shit, if you gonna be on fire, man, be on fire for this, man. Cause we know there's a light at the end of the tunnel with this thing. These people are just going to destruction. But us, we know the thing is the Lord is gonna give us abundance. He's gonna give us more abundantly. He's gonna have mercy upon us. And also he's gonna give us the kingdom, man. He said he wants to give us the kingdom, man. That's a blessing, man. The Lord said, I just want to give my people this, you know, because I promised it to him. Just off of the fact he promised it to us, and that, you know, he's, you know, even after all the bullshit you done did in your life, the Lord is gonna forgive you for all that, man. You know, and I can speak for myself, man. I know I fucked up a lot, and for, you know, the Lord to forgive that, man, that's, you know. But I gotta keep doing this work. You can't stop doing this work, man. And you gotta remember, the Lord chose you. You didn't choose him. You know, at the end of the day, this is your job. This is your job to do, man. Your first job and your first love. You gotta love doing this thing, man. You have to. You know? Let me see, I got anything else? I'm going to end it right there. Lord, when this is edifying, I'm going to give all praise, glory, and honor to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Rakakodash. Double honors unto the apostles and elders of Great Millstone, who teach and rule well. Salutations to those for elect you guys may be saved. And hopefully, through the grace of Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, you may be sealed. With that, I'd like to say, stay prayed up. We almost up out of here. Shalom.